On Elon Musk purchasing General Motors. Elon Musk somehow always manages to remain in the spotlight. His Twitter buyout deal has been received with some criticism, but his recent purchase of General Motors has garnered widespread positive attention. However, the question remains, what does this purchase mean for the future of Tesla as a company? Will General Motors see a similar fate to that of Twitter employees? In this video, we will talk about the implications of this buyout and what led to this change of circumstances. General Motors is one of the largest automobile corporations in the world, and the automobile industry is a competitive place where companies in danger of bankruptcy are absorbed into their larger, more viable counterparts. Due to the recent economic crisis, courtesy of the pandemic, most companies have been hit hard with recession and stagnation. General Motors, however, was a company which had its sights set on the future. The company knew that it had to take a lot of risky decisions in order to stay afloat in the future. General Motors wanted to take the automobile industry to a place where everyone could own an affordable EV. Unfortunately for the company, after making major transitions to the production of EV, there were impending losses. The losses were so big that the company had to shut down its factories. This would translate into huge downsizing of the once automobile giant. Tesla enters into the picture, and economic issues do not seem so daunting anymore. But how will Tesla save this company? It is fitting to remember that Tesla was a brainchild of Elon Musk. It was his attempt to make the world a more sustainable place. Acquiring GM would be a giant step in this direction. Expanding to GM would be a logical step for Tesla to make EVs affordable. General Motors was hit hardest in the recent economic crisis. Take the Chevy Volt from their famous EV line, for example. It has been discontinued, despite it being one of the most popular releases of the company. In addition to canceling production of their more famous offering, the company has also shut down some of its factories. We need to recall that GM wanted to overhaul its production inventory with major additions to their EV lines. Sales projections indicated that by 2030, almost 75% of GM's sales could be tracked to 5 vehicle designs. This would simply mean that in the coming years, Cadillac, Buick, and Cruise are in danger of being discontinued. This means that General Motors' tilt towards EV has resulted in a major loss of employment for many people. From this perspective, is Elon Musk's buyout of GM only a source of salvation for the company, or did Elon Musk have something else in mind for this deal? At the moment, Tesla is perfectly poised to buy the factories closed down by GM. However, Tesla might have to wait until around 2023 to acquire the factories, since vehicle production is expected to halt only around that time. Tesla is actually making a very smart business decision. Since that factory was already geared to produce EVs, Tesla can benefit from an already established production line. This production line is in line with the overall production design at Tesla, so there will not be much to do for Tesla to start production at these factories. This opportunity also comes at a point when Tesla was already looking to open up more factories in China, Europe, and North America to bring production numbers up to speed with the demand. From this side of things, every stakeholder seems to walk away happy after the deal is done. However, things are not as promising between Tesla and GM as these factors may suggest. The recent change in Twitter corporate communications may have been a bone of contention. General Motors has decided to discontinue advertising on Twitter due to the new terms and conditions put forward by Elon Musk. GM said it was trying to understand the forum under new management and clarified that it had only stopped its consumer advertising on Twitter but will continue using Twitter for business interactions. This is no ordinary announcement, since it was made by GM, which is perhaps the last true competitor of Tesla as far as the production of EVs is concerned. Surprisingly, it is not only General Motors, but also Ford that has stopped sponsored advertising on Twitter. Some commentators have said that the decision of General Motors and Ford to stop advertising on Twitter has more to do with their competition with Tesla rather than Twitter. What do you guys think was the real reason behind stop sponsored advertisements on Twitter by GM and Ford? Whatever the reasons are, it cannot be denied that Tesla and GM are the biggest names in the EV industry. And, as is common with competitors, one company's loss is always another company's gain. Despite this rancor between these companies, Elon Musk has remained supportive of GM for the most part. He approves of GM's decision to reorient their production towards electric vehicles, which is better for the planet. What do you guys think? Will Tesla be able to acquire GM, or is this nothing more than corporate posturing between two gigantic EV companies? Will GM sell off its factories to Tesla? If so, what is the future of GM as it promises to reorient its production for a more sustainable future? There are a lot of questions for smart consumers and entrepreneurs like yourselves, so feel free to comment down below. Thank you for watching this video, and please leave a like if you really enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest content.